Dear students, let us see the last topic in our second chapter, sequences of real numbers. It is the topic Cauchy sequences of real numbers. Cauchy sequences of real numbers. Cauchy sequences of real numbers. Definition: a sequence Sn of real numbers, a sequence Sn of real numbers is Cauchy sequence if Cauchy sequence if for every epsilon greater than 0, if for every epsilon greater than 0 there is positive integer n such that whenever m and n are greater equal to n, distance between Sm and Sn is less than epsilon. Sm and Sn is less than epsilon. Let me repeat this definition. Every definition in mathematics is if and only if type of statement. So, let me write this definition as the sequence Sn n is equal to 1 to infinity is Cauchy sequence of real numbers, Cauchy sequence of real numbers if Cauchy sequence of real numbers if and only if, let me put it here, if and only if for every epsilon greater than 0 there exists n belongs to I such that whenever m and n are greater equal to n, distance between Sm and Sn is less than epsilon. Distance between Sm and Sn is less than epsilon. There is equivalent definition. In some texts you may find this definition. The sequence Sn is Cauchy sequence of real numbers, Cauchy sequence of real numbers if and only if for every epsilon greater than 0 there exists n belongs to I such that is positive integer n such that if m is greater than n, is greater equal to n, then distance between Sm and Sn is less than epsilon. Distance between Sm and Sn is less than epsilon. So this is another definition. It is equivalent. You can observe a minor difference here. Here m and n are greater equal to n, and here m is greater than n. Both definitions are equivalent. It is easy to observe that this statement is equivalent to this, because this statement holds for any m and n greater equal to n. So if m equal to n, then clearly this difference will be 0, which is less than epsilon, and without loss of generality we can assume that m is greater than n in the case m is not equal to n. Okay, so these two definitions are equivalent. Let me explain you the meaning of Cauchy sequence. Before that, let us see what is meaning of the fact that Sn converges to L, that is limit of Sn is L. So limit of Sn is L, what it means that as n becomes large and large, terms get close to L. So this is definition of convergent sequence. Limit exists finitely. So this is a convergent sequence. A convergent sequence. Another concept is Cauchy sequence, which we have seen. So in Cauchy sequence, the terms Sm and Sn get close to L as n becomes large and large. So here terms Sm and Sn get close to each other provided Sm and Sn are large. So this is a Cauchy sequence. Cauchy sequence. Can you observe a difference now? In metric spaces, we are studying Cauchy and convergent sequences. So here, can you observe a difference? The difference is that term gets close to fixed real number L when n becomes large, and here terms get close to each other when m and n are large. So Sm and Sn are close to each other when m and n are large in Cauchy sequence, and in convergent sequence term Sn are close to fixed positive number L. So suppose we have a convergent sequence, then when m and n are large, both will be close to L. If we have a convergent sequence, then Sm and Sn both will be close to each other. Both will be close to fixed positive real number L. So try to understand. We are taking a convergent sequence Sn. So the interpretation is that if m and n are large, then Sm and Sn both are close to L. My question is, will Sm and Sn will be close to each other if they are close to L? So if Sm and Sn are close to L, then they will be also close to each other. I can give you a simple analogy for this. Say we have 3 points Sm, Sn and L. Both are close to L. It means that by using triangle inequality, we can easily observe that Sm and Sn will be close to each other. Another analogy I can give, imagine 3 persons, first person, second person and third person. First person is close to L, second person is close to L, first person is close to third person, second person is also close to third person, then first and second persons will also be close to each other. If first is close to third, second is close to third, then first and second will also be close to each other. So what it means, every convergent sequence of real numbers is Cauchy sequence. Because if Sm and Sn are close to L, then Sm and Sn are close to each other also, and that's why every convergent sequence of real numbers is a Cauchy sequence. This is our next theorem. Let us prove this result. Every convergent sequence of real numbers is a Cauchy sequence. So theorem which we will prove is every convergent sequence is Cauchy sequence of real numbers. In general, the converse is not true. In metric spaces, a Cauchy sequence may not be convergent in metric spaces, but in the set R of real numbers, we will observe that, in fact, we are going to prove that every Cauchy sequence of real numbers is also convergent. That is true in R, because R is complete metric space. Anyway, so let us prove the result which I mentioned, that every convergent sequence is a Cauchy sequence. If Sn n is equal to 1 to infinity is convergent sequence of real numbers, then Sn is a Cauchy sequence. Every convergent sequence is Cauchy sequence. Proof. Take epsilon greater than 0. We begin by taking arbitrary positive real number epsilon. We simply have to use this idea, this definition of convergent sequence, and L is equal to limit of sequence. Why this limit exists finitely? Because Sn is convergent sequence. Convergent sequence means limit exists finitely. Then there is n belongs to I such that if n is greater or equal to n, distance between Sn and L is less than epsilon, and we can always make adjustments to this epsilon because it is arbitrary. We may replace epsilon by 4, epsilon square root of epsilon, and so on. Here I am taking it to be less than epsilon by 2. Then this will imply that for what values of n this statement is true? For any value which is greater or equal to n. So if both m and n are greater or equal to n, then I could write that mod Sm minus L is less than epsilon by 2, and mod Sn minus L is also less than epsilon by 2. So if m and n are greater or equal to n, then this statement clearly holds. This implies that if m and n are greater or equal to n, then add these two inequalities. So this implies that mod Sm minus L plus mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2, which is less than epsilon, and this implies use triangle inequality. In the next step I have simply added this, and now in this step I have to use triangle inequality. So by triangle inequality I can write this as implies mod Sm minus L minus mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon. So triangle inequality, I mean this something like this. Since mod A minus B is less equal to mod A plus mod B, this is always true. It is true for plus as well as this is true for minus as well. So mod A minus B is less equal to mod A plus mod B. This we are using, and this implies that m and n are greater equal to n, implies mod Sm minus Sn is less than epsilon. It is less than epsilon. So this proves that for every epsilon greater than 0, there is n belongs to I such that mod Sm minus Sn is less than epsilon. So Sn is a Cauchy sequence of real numbers. This is what we wish to prove. Recall that we proved every convergent sequence is Cauchy sequence, and proof is quite straightforward by using definition of convergent sequence. Thank you.